Welcome back. A race car is being Frankenstein. Okay, yeah, again, well, I sort of apologise to the people that want to see Mark 1. That will get done on this, but the deadline is getting closer for this race car to be at least able to actually move. So we need to really crack on and get some progress. Good news is, I think I've located a donor, thanks to people on comments on Facebook. I've got in touch with a few people. Looks like we've got all the bits to get this running. Hopefully the bits we'll sort that out over the next couple of weeks, exactly all the parts we need and the delivery and all that sort of stuff. So that gives me a couple of weeks to try and finish all this welding off, and then we can get all the parts arrived and we can try and start fitting some of the engine and the gearboxes and the diffs all back on. Which need to be done before we can, well, the engine anyway, before we can work too much on the front end down there. So yeah, you can see a bit more. So it's a bit of a getting near the evening time, so it's going to be a bit of a dark video, I'm afraid. And I still haven't got the lights. I was looking on Screwfix and the other places, they just didn't have any in stock, and I just gave up. But anyway, so you can see the subframe in there, blah blah blah. What else we've got to do? So we've got to fill loads of holes now, we've got loads of welding to do, so I shouldn't really talk too much. But I will go get some parts I've got. My good friend Nathan, who works at a nice fabricating place, I gave him a sheet of old steel that I had left over. Obviously you can tell it's mine because it's got a bit of rust on it. And I've got him to just randomly cut some pieces off. Some L sections, some angle, lots of different size strips that we can reuse to fill gaps. Basically going to fill gaps and stitch weld pretty much as much as we can. And I've got a couple of bigger sections which I'm thinking we'll do the bottom of the bulkhead there, at the back of the rear seat. So we'll show you that in a bit. So yeah, cheers Nathan for that. Always handy, just makes it a little bit simpler, just doing this sort of stuff instead of just bashing bits of metal together or whatever, even though it looks like I do that. So what else we've got? That wheel's leaning in. I'll just say that now because the strut's not done up tight. Need to adjust the strut slightly. What else are we going to say? Keep an eye on some smaller wheels. What size are these at the moment? I don't even realise, I don't even know. Where is the measurements? Where are the measurements? Give me a second. Yeah, so currently these wheels are 17-inch wheels. And they are 225s, 45s. Huge things, really. They just picked them up when I was picking up some car bits. So I'm looking at some Subaru 15-inch wheels at the moment. Thinking of running them onto 195s. They come with 195 60s at the moment. So I'm going to do some measurements in a bit to see what sort of the radius is. But I could easily put 50s on that, so 195 50s, 15s. I think that'll make it a lot more proportional, make it handle a lot better as well. And they don't seem to go for too much money. But I do know people do love the big fat art wheels as well. So we'll keep things going and we'll see how we go. So let's crack on and do some welding and see what we can get done. Okay, slowly catch the monkey, as they say. Now this is where I might get a few dislikes, but this is what we're doing. So basically, here we go. You can see now I've patched between the Mini and the Subaru. Cut some panels just to overlap a fraction of the two panels. Basically stitch weld it on both sides. Well, I've done this side at the moment. I'll stitch weld on the other side as well. Not that it needs too much stitch welding. If you know, on either side, if you get it close enough, the panels to overlap. Obviously, professionals, you could joggle the joint, make it really nice and flush, but adds a bit of strength, but it's not needed in that area. As I said, the cage is going to put the strength back in. This is just to stop dirt getting onto your feet when you go through the puddles on the rally stages, because obviously this will be an all-round vehicle, could do all sorts, you never know. Yeah, so that welder that I've got here, it's better than my other one, I think. So, or it's just a metal, or I could be running the slightly wrong gas in the other welder as well. I'm running argon because that's what I use on the TIG welder if I ever do use it. So it's easier just to have one gas than it is to have two. But anyway, that's cool. Let's try and do the other side if we can. We'll start on it. Alright, gonna have to call it a night. Look, that's the sky. Anyway, really can't see, which is a good thing. You won't be able to see my welds. But I've started doing the driver's side footwell. We can trim it up a bit more once we get the wheel off and the A panels coming off as well, so we can clean it up a lot more that side. Not quite sure what we're doing about the strut area at the moment. What I might do is we're sort of finished sheeting the bulkhead in. We'll put some sheet on this side, but we may go across with a bit of a 2mm and then back down the A panel or something like that, down the door hinge panel. To give it a bit more strength like that. What we might be able to also do is later on, once we've got the cage, we might be able to bring the cage through the bulkhead onto the top here. We could always fit a strut mount as well. We're just going to have to see if they how it works, you know, what bends and what doesn't bend. Obviously this is going to be a lot lighter than the original Subaru was, so that should give it something in favour, but you know, we just have to see. You know, this is what it is. It's a race car. It's all an experiment. You do something your best of your ability and think, well, let's see what comes loose and what breaks, and we make it stronger the next time. But yeah, where's the I don't know if you can see. I'll show you this side. So yeah, we've got our thing angle. So I was thinking of coming the other way, but actually what I might do is we'll weld it like that. So we'll weld it from the back of the boot along that edge, and then what we'll do is we'll slightly bend it slightly and cut it, just so it sort of follows the contour, but we're not going to be too panicky about it. You know, where all those flutes are in the rear seats, we're not going to care too much. We're just going to get some stitch weld on it, block it up so at least there's a bit of a firewall there, although technically that's where the fuel tank is, so actually, you know, all we're doing is keeping it from the boot. But you never know, I might run an alloy tape one day or something anyway, but it will solid that up, that's for sure. Or the other option is we can obviously make a whole new bulkhead that comes down the front of the struts and turns that in, but we can do that again another day. That's not an issue at all. So yeah, as I said, we're looking good for the donor parts, so all we need to do is try and get this solid. So again, it's just going to be a good few weeks of just welding, and trying to make it as solid as we can, so we can basically, what I want to do now is then roll the car onto the side. We're finished sort of doing some weldings underneath, all those plug welds that we were going to do for the seals, and then what we do, we'll do a bit of sealant around the whole lot and just whack a bit of stone chip underneath it, just so it looks a bit nicer when I roll the car and everyone takes photos of me. So yeah, as I said, I've got my eye on a couple of 15-inch wheels as well, but just measuring the rolling diameter actually. The actual rolling diameter of a 15-inch wheel with a 60 profile tyre on it is pretty much the same as that. It really isn't making any difference. What it might do is it might just give you a bit more clearance on the steering on the A panels because of the curvature of the edge of the sidewall of the tyre. But if I did drop down onto a 15-inch wheel with a 50 profile, we don't want to go too mad, that does reduce the diameter by about like an inch or so. So that would really help me with some clearance issues and also make it a bit more mini-like as well. But you know, hey ho, we do what we can. So anyway, yeah, till next time, more welding, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Have a laugh with me. Oh, and my wheel nuts turned up. That gold ones as well to match the wheel. They're called tuna wheel nuts. I'm not too sure why, must be Japanese or something. But yeah, basically you use a hex key to actually do the things up. So I guess I get better load, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I needed, so I've got them now. So that's all good. We can bolt wheels on. Bye-bye now. What do I have for tea? What do I have for tea? I cooked it, gammon and eggs and chips.